Another day of bleak economic news, not just at home, as we were hearing at the top of the programme, but across Europe too. Here, 5,500 retail jobs are under threat after a deal to rescue high street shoe chains Priceless and Barrett's was rejected. Meanwhile, new figures show some of Europe's biggest economies are shrinking at a record rate. Here's Hugh Pym.
Things looked bleak for the British economy, with a drop of 1.5% for economic output in the last 3 months of 2008. Today we learned some others did even worse. Italy suffered a fall of 1.8% over the same period. And Germany, Europe's largest economy, endured a whopping 2.1% fall in national income, a lot worse than expected. France, in contrast, was relatively respectable, with a mere 1.2% contraction for the economy over the last quarter of 2008. This is a global downturn, and Gordon Brown latched onto that point as he toured the Chorus steel plant at Corby in Northamptonshire. Last month, the company announced widespread job cuts.
We're really realising for the first time that we're part of such an interdependent and interlinked and entangled global economy that you've got to solve these problems globally as well as nationally.
Whatever the causes of the economic crisis, its effects are being felt acutely in towns like Corby. As with many other communities, it's been affected by job cuts, with announcements by leading employers in recent months. Woolworths is an example. Earlier this week I met former staff still looking for work, returning to the now empty store. They had this message then for the Prime Minister.
I'd like him physically to come and have a look at the jobs, and I will give him my CV and show him what I've done. So, okay, match me up with something.
Today he was in town, so with our help they managed to meet him. So how did it go?
Yeah, really well. I was ready to talk to him about a lot of things, but he answered them pretty quick.
They were pleased he'd given them time, but they still had reservations.
I think today's visit has given him some awareness of the fact that there is very limited scope for people in retail.
I don't see that he has sort of physically done anything to help us apart from steer us towards the job centre, which they are overstretched as it is.
More retail workers could be heading for job centres, with the shoe chain Barrett's in trouble. Its parent company is set to go into administration. Global crisis this may be, but it feels very close to home. Hugh Pym, BBC News.
All this week the people of Iran have been celebrating